off yesterday. I'm currently doing a seeding contract. Why can't I get this fucking seeder to fill?
I forgot to mention that if you know the one that failed yesterday.
Failed yesterday.
Yeah,
oh, part one, you mean?
The contract that failed. Not the contract that failed, but I mean the live stream that failed. The first one that said like the bandwidth thing.
Yeah.
You know you can actually delete them off YouTube.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not going to though.
Why? What's the point in having like a video that's only 4 minutes long on there?
What's the point of having a video that's an hour long? Anyway, John's still ploughing field 29. I'm doing a contract for seeding on field 17.
And also we decided to get a loan for a tractor.
Yeah.
We wanted, and then we'll work our way up to it. Really, I mean, we may possibly do it, and I mean, I'll speak to my boss and obviously my fellow farmers to see what we'll do. Really, we may do it off like we won't show off the screen. We'll probably do the contract. Got enough contract to build up to it. We don't know.
Yeah, he did say something along the lines of, I want that tractor, they've recently put it up for sale, you need to either work your butts off and get us the money for it, or get a bank loan and we'll just pay it off, because he's a collector of vintage tractors, hence he's got that tracked 160 55, is it?
Yeah, but how are we going to get the money? How are we going to make the money to pay it off?
Contracts as well as our own crop. But then he was talking about government subsidiary
as well.
For.
And we haven't got a silo as well. We need one of those.
Yeah, he was on about trying to get a government subsidiary to get those built. Because in the UK, if you're a farmer, you can apply for I think it's called a land grant now. Something along those lines, and it's to help you out with things that you need to manage the land. So if you need what's the word? It's been so long since I've had to think about this. If you need a loan for, say, a hedge cutter for to go on the back of the tractor so that you can cut the hedges on the highways, because quite often you'll see farmers down in Pembrokeshire cutting the hedges back on the roadways and things so that the council doesn't have to do it. And the farmers get paid for their time cutting the hedgerows back and managing the land. And if you need a grant for, where does what go? The plough?
Yeah.
It goes. Do you know where the mower is? It goes to the mower, but in the next bay over, but on the, as you look from the tractor, it goes on the right side.
Yeah, I think I know where it is, yeah.
So it's in between the mower and so he wants to apply for a bank loan, but not the bank loan, the government subsidiary, to have a silo, a wash station and a fuel station put in. But they came back and they said they wanted 300,000 litres of canola which we just don't have the land to produce that amount of canola, nor do we have the money for the seed to produce that amount of canola. And they're refusing to give us a subsidiary of 10,000 to get the seed to do it. So it's looking likely that he's gonna go and get a bank loan so he can go buy his precious tractor. He was talking about getting rid of this John Deere and going for using that New Holland that he's so desperate to get. He wants to sell the John Deere and he wants to sell the seeder with it, and he wants to get a smaller seeder. Now that would be
Have anything to do with it.
yeah, not if we have anything to do with it. You know, we used to drive in these big John Deeres. Well, big compared to what's actually on this farm, small compared to what you can get. Did you read his email last night, Jump, where he was on about reducing our wages?
Well, blah blah, I took a load of bollocks, blah blah bollocks.
Yeah, reducing our wages to put them towards this tractor. Well, what he does is, he's not really a farmer, he's just a collector of vintage tractors. He likes to show them off. He said to me this morning, he phoned me this morning, he said, go and wash the 15, I wanted to say 1555, but we don't have a 1555. Go and wash the track New Holland, I forget what it's called, the 16055, is it? That track thing that I really don't like driving, because it only goes 9 miles an hour. He wanted me to go wash that so that he could take it to a vintage tractor show. I turned around and told him no, because we're using it. He said, don't you talk that way to me or you won't get paid for the week. If I don't get paid for the week, then I'll leave his tractor out in the rain and it can rust. I don't care. Anyone who knows me will tell you that I'm a massive John Deere fan.
God, this thing goes through lime.
Yeah, that lime spreader likes to go through lime. And we don't even need this New Holland that he wants. We got enough tractors. We got a Magnum
God,
round the
that part
back.
is barely big enough.
Don't we, John? We don't need that New Holland that he's so desperate to get his hands on.
Yeah.
And we got enough
No,
tractors
but
as it is.
I haven't
Why
even got
he
that
doesn't?
far, and I'm almost 8, and I'm already at 80%. Wow.
Yeah, that lime spreader eats through lime.
Wow. Dark.
If you're wondering why the money's down from 9,000 and something to 5,601, it's because we had to buy 2 pallets of seed to do this contract, but we're getting 10,000. Ideally, you'd have a slightly bigger seeder to cover more ground. But we didn't want to hire in. We wanted to use this, since he likes to use his own equipment when he's doing contracting work. He doesn't want to subcontract in a different seeder, which is fine. It just takes a little bit longer to do, that's all. No, I don't mind doing
The
it.
worst thing about this tractor when you're doing lining with it is that because of the line, it takes a while for it to actually the tractor to actually pull away. So you're wasting line whilst the tractor actually moves.
Are you using that track thing?
No, I'm using the case.
The 1455.
Yeah.
It's a good tractor. That's quite decent. I mean, I myself probably wouldn't own one. I like them, but I would probably go for something either bigger or different. I don't mind the Magnum that he's got. That I would have. Because it's big and it has a lot more horsepower than that. That's not to say that the 1455 doesn't have decent horsepower, of course it does. But I just prefer the Magnum.
Yeah, are you putting the right grain in it as well?
I'm putting barley in it as per the terms of the contract.
Okay.
He wants barley, he'll get barley. Wasn't it canola we harvested, or was it barley we harvested off the field? I can't remember now. It was barley, wasn't it? I don't know, I've slept since then. Hello, viewer.
It's me.
Not you, is it?
No, I can't see what you're doing, can I?
Of course not. You can now.
Uh-oh, we got a problem.
What problem's that?
Look out on the road.
Look out on the road.
Yeah, not far from where you are.
Look out on the road. Like directly in front of me, to my right. Where am I looking, John?
Where my truck is. You might want to look out the gate and down the road.
Okay. Oh dear. How did that happen?
I clipped this fence.
Put that down there. See if I can't flip you back over with this. Guess that's an excuse to go get the Magnum out while the 1455 is down.
I'm getting a delay here from what I'm seeing where your positioning is to where it is.
Hey, be patient.
Well, I'm gonna look at it later because I'm not getting it right.
Hello, second viewer. Yeah, I think it's
We're
okay.
probably
You
gonna
could
go-
probably get it back to the farm. PTO's
The viewing will
okay.
probably go.
Link
The viewing will
arms
probably go down to 1
probably.
because it's.
Link arms are okay. The PTO's okay. You could probably get that back to the farm. Just make sure it doesn't give you any vibrations in the pedals. Do you want me to come back with you?
No, I should be fine. I'll get I'll park it up and I'll get swap it over.
Okay. So what did you do? You came out and then you clipped the fence, or?
Yeah, and rolled over, and then I was the car that was next that was nearby me when when you arrived, that hit me.
Okay, so that pushed you
Yeah,
up against the fence.
But it pushed me to the position I was when you found me. My word, it's playing a gale out there.
Yeah, it's raining here as well.
Oh, have you got the same weather I've got down here then?
Yeah. They did say that it'd be raining all weekend or something along those lines.
Yeah, no cycling for me, that's good.
Don't you still have to pay the membership fee to go cycling?
Well, yeah, but if it's fair weather cyclists, we don't go out when it's raining.
I see, so you're happy to cycle as long as you don't do it in the rain.
Well, put it this way, if you cycle, do you like it if you got wet?
No.
There we go then. Come on then, sense mate.
It's not a flower
that's
that
what
grows
you
in
mean.
everybody's garden, unfortunately, these days.
I thought you were meant to be the smart one, not me.
Who says I'm not the smart one?
Oh, I love the purr of this tractor.
But you got the Magnum.
Yeah, I got the other one. The one that is not, because I took the one for that went in for repair, so. Or is there?
Yeah, did you just park it up where it was? Where it was
No, I
stored?
parked it back in the shed.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it later. Probably be a proper strip down now. Check all the internals. I really don't like reversing this cedar though. That drawbar's a bit quick.
Is it a bit short, is it?
It's one of those quick responding drawbars which I really don't like.
Oh, yes.
Hello viewers. See, we should do late night live streams more often and get more viewers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many have we got?
Back to 1 at the minute.
For fun, do you ever notice that no one actually comments on it?
Sometimes they do. Depends what game I'm playing usually.
Well, I do it for mine, and then like when I do train sim, and I get like comments on that sometimes. Well, that's because I do like when you did Skyrim with Skyrim.
Yeah, the interactive series which had a certain person kept their mouth shut would have still been going now. But a certain person didn't want to keep their mouth shut, so a certain person ended it for everyone.
Is that why you fully ended it? Because someone wouldn't keep their mouth shut?
Well, let's just say a certain somebody that we both know decided that they wanted something their way. I said no.
And when they were promptly told no,
they started swearing on the stream, and I turned around and said, right, that's it. No more interactive Skyrim series. Which, they had to go and kill it for everybody else. It was a really good series. I was enjoying it too.
so was I.
I'm not saying that it's going to be gone forever. I might bring it back and turn around and tell a certain person that it's not going to be tolerated. They want to swear on my live streams, and any decision that they like try to make. What was that thing for other?
Lime.
Oh, Lime. Oh, you went to the Lime station, did you?
There's a Lime station by Field 49.
You went all the way over there?
Yeah. Well, the other one near Field 16 doesn't do Lime. I don't know why.
I know, it's strange. The one...
I'm in the whatever the thing is. I'm in the trigger point.
Yeah,
but it
doesn't give you the line. That's stupid.
Yeah, so you have to go to the one by Field 42. The other one. That's the only one that will give you line. It's very cheap though.
Yeah. Apparently it's free on Sussex.
No.
Yeah, on Sussex, when that comes out, all the line points are going to give line for free, which is going to be helpful, because line is usually...
Yeah, but nothing's free.
Well, apparently on Sussex the line will be free. Apparently the line is supposed to be free, or we'll be getting an update or something like that to Mercury for the line. I hate this drawbar. I hate
Well, it's a
it
good
with a
thing
passion.
you didn't get several of them.
Well, if I got several of them, I would just drive around in circles, wouldn't I?
Well, no, you know the way you'd, and obviously going to a good friend of ours, Mr. CDP, the idea
Aye,
he
shout out
chose-
to Seeley. Yeah, he uses them on his Washoe, Nevada Let's Play, I do believe it is.
Yeah, and it's an interesting map.
Not a map that
where you
I
get-
am gonna play on though.
You get a
Before
free line on
anybody
that.
asks that, I will not
Get
be
a free
playing
line on
Washoe.
that.
Yeah, but before anybody
But
asks,
the
I will not
only
be
way I
playing.
could get it was I had to take a telehandler up there and load a trailer up.
Yeah,
by
sometimes they don't recognise the modded trailers.
I don't know, it wasn't that. I went to a tip point, but it wasn't filling the trailer.
Sometimes
I took a
it
normal
won't.
trailer up there.
What, like an in-game one?
Yeah, in-game trailer. The Cramp 40, the 40 to 69,000 litre one.
Is that the green
I took
one?
that up there. No. The red one.
Red one.
You know
I
the
don't think
trailer.
I've ever used it, so no, I don't know. The
Go
truck
on, you know
one.
which one I'm on about.
The truck trailer. Which trailer? Oh, that one, the Bandit 750.
No.
That's the only crampy one on here. Or the KS 950, the truck one.
Yeah, the 59. Oh no, I must have taken the 50. I think I took the 59 litre one.
The 59 litre one.
Yeah, the SD.
The SB 230.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to CDP. Go watch his channel. He's Germany at the minute, isn't he? As one of the judges of the Farming Simulator League championships, I do believe.
Yep.
So he's over.
Haven't been myself or anything. I don't know if you've been.
No, I've not been. I want to go, but I just can't afford it.
Yeah.
I can't. I couldn't afford the ticket, let alone the actual flight. So it would have to be something to work towards, possibly, but not right now. At least not in the near future.
Oh, why am I buying it? I should have finished off with the pallet. What was after the pallet?
Yeah, finish off what's left in the pallet. Stop spending money. Money we don't have to buy a line we don't need.
Send me like 300 euros.
Did you buy another pallet, did you?
No.
I was gonna say, you can explain that one to the boss, because I'm not.
Buying it from the sell point is a lot cheaper than actually buying it by the pallet pool.
I hate this drawbar.
Then why did you buy a John Deere one?
Because it's John Deere, and John Deere is life.
Yeah, but we've got cases as well here.
Yeah, we got New Hollands as well.
Are you using surfing references without actually referring to actually surfing itself?
No. John Deere is life. If I got offered a job with John Deere tomorrow, I would leave where I work now. I would leave where I work now. I would tell them where to go. I would never go back. Because although I like where I work to a degree, I don't
To a
particularly
degree.
like some of my co-workers, but you get that in every job. You don't get along with everyone.
No, you don't.
I don't respond well to being ordered around. And when people who think they're in charge and they're not actually in charge, or at least they're not in charge of me.
Yeah, we've had that problem with a friend of ours, haven't we, still?
Oh yes, that particular friend of ours.
Yeah, at this point in time, he probably never watched our streams, but all I can disclaim is that he works at McDonald's.
I'm gonna start referring to him as Mackie D. See how he likes it.
Mackie D!
Big Mac.
I would have said that Daddy Mac, but no, that's
Daddy Mac.
that's what Mr. McMahon used to be referred to as.
What, Daddy Mac?
Yeah, or Vinnie Mac, I think.
No, it was Vinnie Mac, wasn't it?
Yeah, God.
It didn't him and Shane
Oh
McMahon change, like, they swapped theme songs or something like that. Entrance tracks.
No, it was the Mr. McMahon's always been no chance. No chance, that's what you've got.
Yeah,
Something
but
like that,
I was watching a video the other day on YouTube, and he came out with "Here Comes the Money." You know, Shane's track.
Was Shane with him or already out there with him?
No, Shane wasn't.
That's probably because Shane had annoyed someone and one of the other other wrestlers had probably beaten him up or something. As he usually tries to annoy people.
I did think it was funny when Kane electrocuted him.
Right in the,
Right,
what's it?
right in the Moxie, yeah. Didn't he like handcuff him to the ring post and then zapped him?
Oh yeah, John Cena's done that to Randy Orton before.
Yeah, but
Because it was like a absolute no, like, anything goes, really.
no, is it no holds barred or extreme rules?
No,
or
I
something
don't
like
think it was like the extreme of the extreme rules, really.
hardcore champion.
Yeah. Which I believe John Cena's held, like, he's one of the things that, like, really... like, held for quite a bit.
Years ago, after Kane lost it. Kane was the last one, wasn't he?
What? To,
The hardcore championship. He was the last one to hold it as the champion.
what, that is actually a belt, is it?
Yeah, it was back in the 90s. Kane's held it. He's also held the Intercontinental and the Tag Team Championship. He's a multi-tag team champion, I believe.
Didn't ask you.
He's at least held it twice, I know that much. At least held it twice.
Damn iPad Siri, I didn't even ask you.
Oh, Siri Terrazzo. This belt actually existed in such and such time period.
Yeah,
See,
I didn't even ask it.
all my Siri does is say, don't swear at me. And I don't even swear at it. Much.
Yeah, I didn't even say hey Siri anyway. I didn't even say it. I might have said it, but it probably thought I said hey Siri, but there we go.
You got
Sometimes it
that
didn't
setting
work.
where it's plugged in and you say hey Siri and it starts talking to you.
Oh no, it works anyway when I say hey Siri.
Mine doesn't, mine has to be plugged in.
I mean, oh no, mine does it because it's an iPad.
The iPads... So iPads can do it without being plugged into their chargers? Is that one of the
so.
newer iPads?
Yeah.
Hello, second viewer, whoever you are. What are you laughing at?
Oh, great. That's the last thing we woke up at 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
Oh, so you are cycling tomorrow then?
No, support workers got to goes at 9. They got to give me medication while on.
Yeah, to make sure you don't go batshit.
Nothing wrong with going nuts.
No, no. As you know, Friday, I had a complete and utter meltdown for a full 5 minutes. I took a metal pipe to a container door, and the door lost.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you just fucking open?
No, I wanted it to shut. It refused to shut, so I just went nuts.
Yeah. But going back to this Siri thing, do you sometimes find that even when you haven't even asked it something, it thinks it's asked?
Yeah, it thinks that you're speaking to it, and it will just randomly start talking to you. I don't like
all
Siri.
You can say is, it's happened to me before, and I'm like, not you. I didn't even say it. Was I talking to you?
I told Siri
like, no.
Shut up once, and it turned around and said, "Don't be rude to me." To which point I nearly threw the phone against the wall because I don't like Siri talking back to me.
Oh, that way I remember the way I threw that phone. That was going obliterated.
Do you remember the time that back in college when my
didn't catch that, mate, because it was all like broken. Holy shit, those lights are bright.
I'm saying, do you remember back in college when my iPad wouldn't load any of its apps for whatever reason, and I threw it across the living room?
I was either out or was not there.
You might have been upstairs, actually. I threw my iPad across the living room because it wouldn't load Netflix, and I wanted to watch Netflix.
Oh no, the dreaded Netflix.
Stressful day on the farm required Netflix. I just wanted to come home, sit on the sofa and fall asleep watching Netflix. I couldn't do that because it refused to load the app, so I threw the iPad.
So does the heads up to anyone who will or does watch this? Throwing an iPad because something doesn't load doesn't mean it doesn't work well. So probably not the best thing to do.
Don't follow my example. Don't throw your iPad across the living room.
Yeah.
That's a good way to break it.
Yes, it is. It's a good way to break it.
It's a good way to break it and really upset your parents if they spent money on it. If you bought it yourself and you're more than happy to either pay the repair costs or buy a new one.
Yeah.
Then
or in particular if an iPad costs about like £400, you know.
Yeah. Don't throw a brand new £400 iPad across the living room because if you break it, they're not going to be too happy when you try to claim on the warranty.
Yeah, this is actually interesting. We're giving educational tips as well as live streaming.
Yeah, yeah, we could give educational tips. We're not completely crazy nut jobs. Well, I'm not anyway.
Right.
Big Daddy Mac.
Sometimes I just wish you could dig a hole and stick your head in it.
Sometimes I wish the ground would swallow me up, and other times I wish a 50 cal would take my head clean off. But
oh, that can be arranged.
You couldn't hit the broadside of an aircraft carrier with a laser lock on RPG.
Well, let me get a gun license, and then I'll be what's the distance you want me? About 50 yards, 50 or 60 yards.
Were you gonna shoot me with a fucking BB gun? We live in the UK, not the US.
You can get rifles in the UK, can't you?
Yeah, chamber to. You'd have to shoot me at least 3 times.
What do you mean?
And that's if you could actually hit me. Ooh, Ben.
Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, he did not just go away.
Oh yeah, I did. That's if you could actually hit me. You know, you start shooting at me, I'm not stand still.
Yeah, you'd probably be sitting somewhere and then just like this shouting in the window and it's like, what was that? Nothing.
Well, if I see the crack and it looks like a round is hit, I'm obviously there.
Yeah, you're not gonna stand.
When
You're not gonna stand still. Like you're like, huh? What was that?
I'd be on my.
You'd have to be really daft to be like, what was that? Oh, nothing.
And I would hit you.
Yeah, it was again.
My action rifle is accurate and it's
You still got those airsoft guns as well.
I got the M1011. Oh, and the revolver.
Oh yeah, you got a new one, didn't you?
Revolver. I got a raking. You. Yeah. Oh, it's-
How's that planting going on with them?
At least once this crack's done.
Well, according to this, it says 77%.
It's a promise then.
Because
I have to
sometimes
get another pallet of seed though, because
yeah, you never truly finish the job though. That's the thing.
no. Well, you can do. You can finish it off for them. You don't have to. When
Yeah.
they say.
I think about there might be still a bit to go, but the game sees about like 99% is like kind of done, and then all it does is that he just like rapidly plants it like Usain Bolt.
Or he
Done.
leaves it. I've noticed on most maps.
No, I noticed it wasn't planted around the outside of it, or that was made.
Yeah, that was where it was. You know, you were saying the other day when you were.
Yeah, when I went to cultivate it, it seemed to
You
be
do
like,
to this.
yeah.
Yeah. See.
Did it say that to you on the other thing as well?
Yeah, it says the sea there as well. And we have no viewers.
All by ourselves.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's because I don't live stream that
Can't do
often.
that. We get copyright issues.
Yeah, you're gonna get copyright channel by doing that. Can't be done. I don't
Well, just
want.
by singing, that's ridiculous.
Do you own the song you're singing? No, you don't. I. No.
Oh, trust me. If I owned YouTube, I'd let a lot of stuff. People get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and then it would be closed down for not following copyright laws.
Well, I'd have a watershed though. It's like if anything, or they have to be a certain age to view a content.
That already.
No, there'll be a bit in there'll be a link on YouTube that takes you to like another page of YouTube for 18 only.
The porn page of YouTube.
It will allow videos that are uncensored.
Well, like swearing video.
Ones that have a lot in.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, you know the standard swear words, all the beep and beep 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 beep.
I'm not saying that we get away with doing that. Do. I give to or
Well, I'm surprised you were warned by YouTube for that unmentioned for the comments that the person wrote on your live stream for when you did Skyrim.
they tend to let content creators deal with it. It's if the content creator, I think, reports them and then YouTube deals with them.
Yeah, so
But because nobody reported it, nothing could happen with it. And I dealt with it myself, so.
Well, what's the point in reporting it? It's just a couple of swear words. I mean, it's not the end of the day.
I don't mind being sworn at. I get sworn at every day at work.
Oh, so do I.
But don't worry. More offensive it is, the more offending you. I don't. That worked.
I'm just mentioning this as a example, really. That I think if it was towards the live streamers, like parents or something, like something like that offensive, I think that's where the line would be seriously drawn.
The line should be drawn before that. Any swearing at others on the streams wouldn't be tolerated. YouTube would close the channel down or tell them get your viewers in line or we'll close you down.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber I follow who got his thing shut down.
There's a few that I used to follow that used to go around constantly complaining about politics and things. Because they were constantly complaining. It also depends what you're complaining about.
Yeah, well, the one I knew is, I mean, I don't know if you've heard of a guy called Gaskins, have you?
No.
No, he used to do like, you know the song by MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This?
Vaguely.
He used to do like weird complicational things, like there'd be someone filming from a car, and then suddenly a bike roars past at like top speed.
Have that on.
And the backstory of it was that the biker has just got a text from his girlfriend saying that her parents are out and she's all alone. And he's like, "Whoa, I'm gonna get some now." Gone.
Streaming back.
Yeah.
No.
Streaming back. Can't wait to get the bike gear off. That's basically what he did. He did like, and he made like a couple of videos so there were like loads of them all together in like different videos all together in a compilation.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Streaming past 10 o'clock our time. That's where we start talking about weird things like this.
Yeah, but and then also he claimed that he was taking taking donations or for like a charity or something.
While he was actually taking them for
when
himself.
When he was doing streams, if he ever did any, he'd say that like there are people to leave donations to a charity or something.
See, I don't do charities.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, I know, but I don't do charities. I don't give to charities or ask
but
people to give them.
Finish.
Continue.
It transpired that the money that people were donating, he just used to buy himself a car.
Yeah, again, so he's not actually giving it to charities, he's giving it to the charity of himself.
Yeah, he was using it for himself, and people weren't happy with it.
I can't say I blame him.
So he basically got shot down.
And he deserves to for that.
And I haven't seen any sign of his channel being reopened, really.
No, I highly doubt you would for something like that.
Right, where does the cultivator go? Next to the plough?
Yeah, other side of it.
Yeah, I don't know. When you come back to the farm, I may have put
As you look at it from the
lime
shed,
spreader in the wrong place.
the lime
Maybe.
spreader doesn't have a home because it was bought before it was given a home, so it'll probably move to the shed where the trailers usually sit.
Hmm.
It'll probably sit in there with that vintage case of his that no one's allowed to drive because it's vintage.
Hmm.
Like, why have a tractor and not let your farm hands use it? That's what I want to know. If
Yeah,
it's
whilst I'm
vintage,
here,
it
I
shouldn't be
might
on the
move it.
farm. Don't you agree? Seeing how he wants that International he's got in the back shed left alone, left as it is, not allowed to use it. To pull trailers, it's not allowed to operate equipment, it has to be left.
Well, it probably doesn't really have that much strength to it, does it?
It's got about the same as the in next to it. The 5640 or whatever it's called. Something like that. I really hate this drawbar.
My God, the wind just increased just then.
You've probably got the eye of the storm at the minute.
Seriously, when you say Eye of the Storm, it makes me think of, oddly enough, Eye of the Tiger by, whatever it is.
Survivor, wasn't it?
Yeah. It makes me think of that.
Was it Survivor that did Burning Heart or something like that? Is that what it's called? The song from GTA?
What, burning? No. I don't know. You're nearly done now, I think, by the look of it.
Yeah, still got a little bit to do. I think I'm on the last strip now.
It will come up with contract done, I think.
Yeah, but I think I'm on the last strip, so when I get just past halfway, it'll probably come up and say done.
Did you leave the truck on, or did I just turn it on just now? I turn it on just now, really.
Which truck?
No, oddly enough, I'm looking at my truck. The other truck.
I turned it off. I haven't been in it since.
Finished.
Contract's done, but I'm gonna finish this strip, otherwise it'll annoy me.
Okay.
You know what OCD is, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Good. That'll annoy me.
You have OCD?
Oh yes. Why are you not planting?
Because once the contract's over, we no longer have access to the field.
There we go, now it is.
Do you look at it properly?
This plant has been playing up all day. Sometimes it's been lowered and it's not. Put the seed in the ground.
Ow, my arse.
I've just found another giant strip.
Oh, damn, I just said that on the live stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm ignoring it. But if you want to explain what you meant by it, by all means explain. I'm sure they want to know.
To all viewers, I just farted, so that's why I said ouch my arse. You're welcome.
I think you need to learn on picking up sarcasm, son.
What?
It's being sarcasm. I'm sure they don't give a flying monkeys.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
I'm sure I could figure out what you meant without you having to tell
Well, I did say
them.
ow my arse, so...
Something like that. If YouTube were to censor a channel over something like that, they'd get laughed at more than they normally
What, because
do.
someone said ow my arse?
Yeah. If they were to censor a channel for something like that, they'd get laughed at more than they normally do, so... I think we're fine with saying that. It all depends on what game I'm playing as well. If I'm playing this, I tend to keep it more in check. If I'm playing something like Ghost Recon or something, I don't tend to keep it in check. And when I'm live streaming with Reaper, I definitely don't keep it in check.
Who's in with you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't know if you've heard of this bloke, but there's this guy called Lance Stewart who does like live stream, who like vlogs everything he does.
Does he?
Yeah, and I subscribe to his channel because of sometimes of like pranks he does on people, and especially his grandma who literally wants to beat the seven days of light out of him every time he pranks her. So that's why it's funny to watch.
Because she tries to beat him senseless.
Well, he made her jump, and she says, "I'm gonna beat the balls off you." And I was like, what? You're gonna beat the what of him? Okay, that's new.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, so I've actually subscribed to a channel and actually it actually gets notifications of new stuff he downloads. But I mean, I don't watch all of it really. I don't always watch every video he uploads. So, are we good to accept the contract?
Good to accept the contract. Field is planted, and the cedar just bounced off that fence post. Oh no! Why did I come down this road? Why did I go down this road?
Because you weren't thinking straight?
I quite often don't think straight. Come on, I got places to be, fields to plant. Do you just want to go quickly ring the boss and make sure he actually wants to get the bank loan for this precious tractor of his?
Yep. Hello to the boss. Yep. Right. Okay. Right. Right. I know. It's a big amount of money, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know. Righto. Ta-da. Love you. No. Yeah, he said yes.
he wants the bank loan. You left the skid steer up there.
I am not looking look forward to watching that back later.
What? Leaving the skid steer or your conversation with the boss?
Yeah, I'm gonna sound the completely entitled to it.
It came right through on the radio. Everybody heard that. That was great.
Oh god. I mean, how did it sound from your end? How did it sound to you?
It sounded hilarious. Is what that sounded like. I will bring the skid steer over for you.
Already on it. It's got a little trailer hitch on it as well. I mean, I can't believe it.
It's got the weight on the back. That's what that is.
Oh, is that what it is?
You've been at that Red Bull again, haven't you? Speeding up that road.
It's a 12. This has got 12 miles an hour. Look at it.
Yeah, and that
Like,
track that thing is actually faster than that tractor is. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should get rid of it.
I can still outrun you. No, if we got rid of that, he'd get rid of us. That thing's his pride and joy.
Yeah,
apart from that international. Where's that field gone? Here it is.
But what
So
have you been drinking, Red Bull?
No. This is, as you say, that skid steer is slow. I'm gonna run back to the farm quickly, jump in the car, and go to the bank. He wants canola planted in these, last I heard. He hasn't said that he wants anything different.
Deep joy.
I've already set the seeder to plant canola, so
What's this thing's top speed?
not sure.
I'll have a look. $11 miles an hour.
You gotta turn it on as well as lower it.
I know, I'm not thick.
It's a strange seeder. I don't understand how it works. I thought it worked off the wheels, but it doesn't.
Well, are there like cables attached? Is there cables running along the drawbar?
Yeah.
Power supply.
Normally powered seeders are PTO, not...
No, not all of them.
Yeah, normally they're PTO. They're not just, what's the word for them?
But you know,
hydraulics?
some of the bigger,
Is it a hydraulic
some of the bigger
one?
ones, like the horse ones. Some of those haven't got PTOs on them.
Yeah, they hydraulic powered.
Yeah, they've got cables attached to them as well. Did you put Nova tires on this?
I think it's got Mitas tires on it. It's got communals on it.
They're terrible. I thought you put like the other. I thought you put different tires on them.
I didn't put the tires on it. The boss did.
Then you put like tree balls on them or something like that.
Trelleborgs.
Yeah. With most tractors, you have Trelleborgs on them.
If I was gonna put new tires on it, I would definitely put Trelleborgs on it. But he set it up. It's his tractor. He can do what he likes with it. Where is the bank, John?
Where are you?
I'm currently on my way to the spinnery. It's up by the animal dealer, isn't it?
Oh no. There's a bank not far from here actually.
I've just gone past it, haven't I? It's the big grey building next to that egg sell point.
No. There's an ATM nearby. There's an ATM not far from here.
But where is it?
You know the road by the traffic cones?
Where the roadworks are, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ATM there.
Is there? Never noticed that before.
Yeah. You've been looking then when you've been driving.
Usually where I'm going, not around at the
Oh
scenery.
yeah, good. Oh yeah, good point. That. Duh. Didn't see that one coming. I'm driving in my tractor up and down the field. Life is unbelievably great.
Yeah, I don't see this, ATM you're talking about.
Seriously, you kidding me?
I found it. It's not up by where you said it was, though.
Isn't it?
No, it was further down from there.
Oh, blimey, I'm pretty sure it was there.
The roadworks. So how much did he say? 200,000?
Yeah, that. Hang on a minute. There's a bit it's not planting. Oh, there we go.
That was
Holy moly.
Oh, don't climb in the cars. Let's go back to the farm. Do you know, he was on about the other day selling the Gator. It's a nice little
If he
Gator.
sold that, I'm pretty sure he'd get her hiding from you.
Yeah. I would tan his ass if he sold that.
Or I'd tan his face.
I'd tan that too, but I'd definitely educate him. Can't be getting rid of that. Get rid of this tractor. The 13090, it just sits there, it doesn't move.
No, you phone him. I ain't phoning him.
How annoyed do you think he'd be if I sold his New Holland TM155?
He'd probably be like, get out of my farm now. Go on, off we go.
What about it? What about his
you.
his Magnum, his 7250? Do you think he'd miss that?
Oh, I don't think he will. He might have missed it, I don't know.
Kindly stop trying to do accents.
What accent was it about?
I'm gonna shoot you the next time I see you in the ass with my
Oh,
bolt
okay,
action
nice.
rifle, and it will hit you and it will hurt.
That's not nice.
Neither is you trying to do an Irish accent because you can't pull one off.
Oh, what I could.
No. I'm taking the 1455 up the shop. I'm gonna book it in with them. They can check it over and fix it.
Yeah, did you check the glass window as well? I don't know why.
It's covered in mud.
I landed on one side, remember?
It seems to be okay, but it's hard to tell with all the mud on the windows, so I'll get them to check all that over.
Could you ask them to give it a scrub a dub as well?
They're gonna charge extra for cleaning work.
I do not believe how little like seed this thing uses.
I know, it's crazy.
But it barely uses any. But a field as big as what you were using, I suppose it used quite a bit.
Yeah, it used a pallet and a half.
Do you know?
Have none of these people learned that junction there means they stop?
Do you notice I'm finding it slowly more easier to actually do a field on my own, because obviously from my experience I always use workers to do most things. I mean, in fairness, the only work I do on a farm is carting and looking after animals on it. Workers do the rest. I mean, I finish off the ploughing where the worker didn't do around the edge properly, or bits he's missed, and that's about it really. I move animals, trailers, I fill up manure spreaders and stuff. That's about it really.
So I just dropped the 1455 off in their workshop. And I'll let them know that they need to do some work on it. Does he want an attacher on the front of it while I'm at it? Or does he want the weight?
He didn't say.
I'll just put the attacher on it. If he wants the weight, then... He wanted the 8970. I like that it only has one beacon, that's quite cool. What tyres can we put on this thing? Put wides on this one. 195,700 in total.
I've looked at the tires on them, and sometimes why do they look like flotation tires almost?
Sometimes they are.
Is it me, or do some of them look like flotation tires? I mean, you remember that 8R US version of the John Deere?
Yeah.
I think, didn't you have it on like the North Pacific Rim one, wasn't it? You had it on there.
You mean when I was out working in the US?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had.
Yeah, because that looks like you could have driven across water.
I also had my old 8400R from when I was running Oakfield.
Yeah, but that US one you had on that map, it looked like you could drive on water with it.
Well, I didn't own it. The farm owner owned it. I was just managing the farm at that point. But I had my
it's the house, did he?
Yeah, he hired me to go and manage his farm over in the Pacific Northwest. And so as I was managing it, I had my 8400R from Oakfield, which up until recently was mine. But yeah, Oakfield's time had come. I'm just waiting to go back to the family farm at Sussex. But I'm not required back there yet.
I don't actually remember Sussex.
I don't think...
Did I ever play on it on 17?
yeah, you came down for a bit, but you were mainly on working overseas at that point. I wasn't there all the time either. It's a family farm. I don't always go down there, but when I do go down there, it's usually in harvest season. Speaking of the 8970, it's quite a nice tractor to drive. It's quite big. I quite like being up this high. I don't like being low to the ground. That's the problem with me. I like big tractors, but I like small farms.
Yeah, you're totally the opposite to me. I like got biggest tractors and big farms.
Yeah, you just like the big tractors and the big farms. I like the big tractors, but I like the small farms.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go anything bigger than this on a farm like this.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have a tractor that you can't get down the lanes though. That's the thing you don't want to happen.
Where is the lime spreader?
Lime spreader's back in the shed.
So what's up here to go? Just the...
Where you asked me to put it.
Yeah, what's up here to go then? Just your truck, the trailer and the skid steer?
Yeah.
Wow, you've actually got quite a lot of that seeded. Fair play.
Yeah, and still got, and I've got some. I did when I was going around the field. I did without realising I had pressed a button as I was driving past, and it had topped it up a bit. So this is from what I've done so far is from a bit there and then a top up.
Okay.
So it's about 68%. Because you know there's a map called there's obviously a map called Miniberg on this as well, which I told you about. That one, I've got the John Deere seeder on that.
Yeah, they had me come out to review their farm, and they wanted me to take a position up there, and I couldn't be bothered with it.
Yeah, I mean I've been hired in quite a few farms really. I mean, they've hired me there as well. I'm all over the place.
But this is where you're working at the minute. So when do you ship back out over there? Next week?
Possibly.
I went out, I had a look. I saw the equipment they were working with, and then seeing that it's pretty much the same as what they're working with here, I chose to come back here.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it for tonight. We're gonna go and have lunch. Let's go find this beast a new home to stay in. Yeah, so this is quite a nice tractor to drive, John. I think you quite like driving this. It's quite high up. You see quite a lot.
And also, I don't know if you know, but I'm also like I'm also hired in northern Texas, in a farm up there.
Northern Texas. Which one's that? Is that Dow?
Welker
no.
Farms.
Oh, Welker. You finally got the job with Welker you were after.
Yeah, I did actually.
Really?
I spent most of like spent almost like 2 days.
What, begging them to give you a job up there?
No, actually, it's actually based in north central Montana. Actually,
It's in northern Texas, then, is it? That's Montana.
no, yeah, northern Montana. That's actually where it is.
I got hired by a farm called Lone Oak. I'm gonna take their job offer and I'm gonna go over there I'm not gonna do that till probably next month.
Okay. Are we planting the other side today, or are we finishing up?
No, we're gonna finish up, go for lunch. I'll give the boss a ring after and let him know his precious 8970 is here. Nice tractor, quite like that.
Yeah, because to be honest, with the size that the John Deere planter is, you'd think it folds up, don't you?
Yeah, you'd think, but it doesn't.
You think it like folds in a bit or something, like the sides fold in, or something folds up.
Alright, well, I'm gonna fire up the barbecue. And we will catch you possibly tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Monday.
Yeah, toodles.